Welcome to another session of Endless Legend. Here we have mushrooms and escaped beasts. And I don't think we're going to be looking for larger prey in this episode because we're probably going to be playing quite economically at the moment. That means there's no real gain to be had from expanding now. Except maybe starting War of Green might allow us to complete this quest. The Wings of Ruin. Although I don't know if the rewards are that valuable or even worth the conflict. This exotic armor lets us get better weapons out of titanium and glass steel. Although I wonder if it might not be just proper to just wait and instead get Palladian weapons instead. This is Palladian. Yeah, it is. Never mind. And we certainly have like a lot of Palladian deposits in our territory. Like here. And here as well. Although we should probably get the right of way first. And here we don't have Palladian, but actually right of way is probably more important than the happiness boost here. Yeah, when this ownership boost disappears, we'll be really on form here, so we can delay the happiness bonus. I think this reaping station is fine because of this blood crystal deposit and this quicksilver deposit. Just 10% bonus happiness from each is going to go a long way to keeping your empire like happy-wise afloat. Unfortunately, we got some grass soak without any way to get more, so we can't actually activate the booster. One of the downsides of this cutoff system, where like you need a certain amount to do something. Yeah, well, obviously that's in some ways easier because it's like you don't have to do like percentages or something. Oh, this river fire was causing me some troubles earlier. It just looks weird because it looks like brownish on the map. Rivers of fire are actually pretty good, because there's this nice upgrade here. Magma Hydraulics, which lets us get lots of value from those terrains. Anyway, like I was saying, it would be cool if there was like a continuous bonus for having an amount of grass soak, even if it didn't match your city amount, but I guess that's harder to implement, so. And also harder to understand, which is a big worry in these kind of games, I think, because if you're like designing one of these games, you want it to be as understandable or as easy to. It needs to be easy to make sense of the individual components of the game, because the game as a whole is so complicated. And obviously, that's part of the appeal of these games, right? There's just so much to do in like a 4X strategy game, and obviously that's great. But that means that the individual aspects can't be too complex, otherwise the game will just be impossible to play. Or at least there's a real cost. I mean, maybe it's possible to design a game like this, where we can either get this or this. But maybe it's possible to do that, but I don't think it's necessarily wise. So, if confusing enough, these two are linked. It's not clear from the graphic. We can get one here. Now, if we get this one, as opposed to No Idle Hands, we have the opportunity of picking up this Roadside Picnic. And No Idle Hands is alright, but I guess Fast Heater is. Okay, they're both kind of garbage. Let's get that out of the way. So the opportunity cost of picking this over this is not that high. We're gaining maybe a little bit of equity, but not that much. Instead, we can just pick up this Roadside Picnic, which is a pretty solid upgrade as long as we're in allied regions. It means we can regenerate our army quite quickly. And also we can pick up this Iron Constitution as well, which is a pretty great upgrade, actually. If we get this 3 times, our armies will generate insanely quickly, even in enemy territory. So this will help complete our quest and maybe make this hero a great way of regenerating our armies. Or at least the core of our armies. We'll always obviously have Battleborn, but yeah. The non-Battleborn portion of our army needs to be like reasonably durable and sustainable, I think. I think I should just place it here, so. I mean, obviously this settlement situation is not ideal. We prefer to have one here, so we can level up 2 at once. I guess we can triangulate over here. Maybe we want to go here for these. Yeah, there's a life tree here. I definitely want to go in this direction, actually. If I'm going to triangulate. This is just really horrible city construction by the AI. Not me, it's the AI, don't blame me. I guess we can make a triangle here. That'll be pretty good. And. Or we can just triangulate like this, and then we have like a bunch of really really, really terrible districts. And the advantage of that is that we get a triangle here and get like the happiness boost sooner. But the advantage of going like this is that in the end effect our city will be getting us more resources. So I guess I'm going this way. And as soon as I get this one, it's gonna count itself. We're going to lose 10 happiness from the new borough. We're also going to gain 10 happiness from this, so it's going to cost a lot. So I think it's probably best to go like that, and then also build over this quicksilver deposit once we get the reaping station. Maybe that means reaping station first, like this, just to get that resource, without losing too much. I think that's reasonable. I really want this palladium extracting to happen sooner rather than later. Well, palladium extraction, I guess. But at the same time, there's a real cost to diverting our production from other things. Maybe like this. Now I just have to make sure that production on other places is a bit better. By that I mean dust production, obviously. I'm being very transparent at the moment, I'm sorry. Alright, this is okay. I mean, mostly, like, the fiddling around of workers is, like, oh, interesting. I'll think about this just now. But mostly, fiddling around of workers over here is, like, a matter of just adjusting to the numbers and the times fit your liking. There's not really hard and fast rules for it, I guess. The only tip I can think of is that you should always try and align important things, like if you are building a settler, then you want to finish your worker or your next worker just about as soon as you finish your settler, because otherwise you're producing food that you're not going to use until the settler is done, and then you have more time to finish the food. Because food is not valuable until it starts adding up to a settler, and if you build a settler with like half a bar, then you have half a bar wasted for longer, instead of having no bar wasted. Kind of makes it weird. I don't know how to make sense of it, like, in a liquid way, but it does make sense to me. It's more efficient to line things up sometimes. The other thing is sometimes you want to just dump into food production, then you have enough workers, then you can split them again to get these the industry production going later. But at this stage in the game, it's fine to just take sort of a lump sum approach and just put some stuff in. Just mix and match for stuff you need, basically. Okay, here we have a quest that I haven't gotten yet. Okay. Pulled over a total of 11 anomalies in your empire, and we get this dust refinery, which is a great tech. This is actually a pretty nice quest. Yeah, so building over 11 anomalies in our empire. Let's see if that's feasible. Normally you build next to anomalies, so that's kind of a weird quest. We built over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's it, I think. Yeah. So we're going to need 6 more. It's going to be quite difficult to do. And potentially counterproductive, actually. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, I guess we can always aim towards that eventually. Would be a nice quest. Alright, we finished Caris, so now we need to go to an unspoiled ruins in Madriad and get this fungal laboratory. And it gives us 5 bonus food per population on city working food. So it's kind of like a worse version of Husbandry Center, but still basically a Husbandry Center, which is great. Alright, there's a ruins in Madriad apparently, which we can move our hero towards. And specifically Caris. And Caris then needs to become a governor afterwards. Which I can dig, I guess, if the fungal laboratory is actually good. Which it is. So that's nice. Should probably just patrol the borders. Yeah. I don't know, somehow like peacetime is it was a little boring after all the excitement of the campaigns in the earlier episodes. So that's a little bit sad. Hopefully once I get these Palladian extractors going, I can go back to my face punching ways. But for now, I'm perfectly fine building. Just building up and just getting all the stuff I need. And again, like, we don't have enough happiness to really support the Empire right now. Like, a content approval rating is alright, but it's certainly not where we want to be in life, you know. I guess we can get blood crystals right away and try and boost our happiness that way, though we don't have the money for that. Ugh. I really do want to complete that quest with the anomalies. Like, the free technology of that is an excellent technology. But at the same time, maybe we just want to get that technology right away. Also, we can get this dust transmuter. This is a great upgrade. Let's see if we can take advantage of it. So, to use it properly, we need a lot of tiles with dust. Or that produce dust. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not very impressive. Let's try a different territory. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. So this territory is a bit more promising because of all these tiles of dust. Although I have to expand the city first. Let's check the city with the most tiles. Okay. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So a sizable amount of tiles with dust on them. We can potentially get more if we expand around the sea area. Like move up here. And also, yeah, actually, we can actually feasibly build that upgrade in the city. The upgrade I'm talking about here is the dust transmuter. It costs 1200 industry, 1200. And it gives you 10 bonus dust per terrain with dust. And that's pretty epic if we build in the city, for example. Because we currently have 7, 9, right? We'll get 90 dust, which is like reducing as much as we currently earn. So that is quite good. We might want to get a upgrade for science first, though. Yeah, potentially that is just better. Potentially prioritizing reaping station so highly was a mistake. But yeah. Oh well. I've been playing... I don't think I have to play super precisely to win this faction. They're just really strong. And they're really strong precisely because we can carve out territories for ourselves. Which... Or quite aggressively. We can... Like I said in previous episodes, we can fight the good fight against the AI. Which is something not many factions can do. Many factions will just... Like, we were in a situation where we were being wedged in by 2 factions and attacked from 2 sides. Most other factions would not have been able to survive that in this difficulty. And would have required probably a great deal of like tactical finesse and defensive ability. And not so with the Necrophages. Like, I don't think I was... I mean, I wasn't tactically inept, right? But I wasn't like a genius or anything. But I still managed to hold... And after I held, I managed to push back very aggressively, while having to commit very few resources to units. Like, most of our units that we have now, we gain for free. So, industry-wise, it's obviously great, because free units are great. Okay. We got this fungal laboratory. Okay, we have to build the fungal laboratory in Soroltan, but we get 25 grass silk, which is great. Or glass silk? Grass silk. Wait. Why are these Marines fighting here? I don't know why these Marines appeared here. Is it part of the quest? Okay, we need to protect the region, I guess. But why would they attack here? Where's Subaltern even here? It's over there. Never mind. So I guess they can start producing this fungal laboratory thing. Kyrie's has to be the governor first, okay. I should just be able to crush this force, but I want to be careful that I want to take part in this because my proliferator needs to attack the right units and get money, etc. So. By money I mean extra warriors who will probably sell in the marketplace. Because they're ruthless like that. No jobs are secure amongst the necrophages. That's a truly terrifying thought. Can we not walk over this? Oh, we can't walk over siege tiles. Interesting. That means that creates a kind of like crude blockade. Should definitely hit this guy first. I choose you as most likely to die. Well, that's the disadvantage of setting commands. Is that if you don't predict accurately what the damage rolls will be, you're just going to lose potential attacks, which is unfortunate, but you know, it's just how the game works. Okay, we hit this now. We can just hit this, I guess. They have very low initiative. Hopefully our proliferator can actually hit that thing. Yeah, never mind. Nah, damn it. I shouldn't have positioned it on that fancy, like, perch. Oh well. I'm not even gaining that much dust from selling these warriors at this point, so the loss is not that big. I keep saying that after losing stuff. Not a great sign. Like 91 gold is like not gold, dust. Whatever. Thing about dust is that it's, I mean, even at this point, like 80 dust is still a sizable amount. It's just, it could be better. Yeah. So now we unfortunately need to move our excellent hero away and assign a terrible governor here. In terms of Karis, who's not spec to be a governor, just for the stupid quest. Although the reward fungal laboratory is, it's not bad. I would lie. I guess we might as well assign our hero to the army. Or our other hero in the meantime. This is the team that chosen. No, I guess they're all chosen. Now we reassign well in 5 turns, at which point the quest will probably finish. So. The quest will definitely finish in 5 turns. Actually, I should probably get fungal laboratory a bit slower. Get this right away first to improve our dust production. I'm beginning the Broken Lords team. I mean, not that I mind, the Broken Lords team is just generically epic. We're sort of ending up this sort of Catan thing where you're being blocked off from a different region and we want to do stuff by another player. It's irritating, but also part of the game, I guess. The thing is, I feel like you just get landlocked so easily in this game compared to Endless Phase 2, where you can just often just move around the map pretty effectively no matter what. Or there's lots of space for you compared to this game where you just get quickly hemmed into a particular region. There's not a lot of dead space between regions. If fights erupt, armies can very quickly enter your territory. So yeah, those are interesting dynamics that are different between those two games. And probably an interesting thing to think about if you're interested in designing these kind of grand strategy games. Like, how much of a buffer zone do you think is appropriate? And in particular, how much of a buffer zone do you think is appropriate for the kind of game you want to make? So, if you want there to be more like defensive resource, or like if you want the kind of defensive resource to be based on distance and zoning out certain enemies, or do you think it's maybe then you'd favor like a more open map with less like hemming in, I guess? Or maybe you think that other things like dead space regions which you can contest with your forces are more interesting, like I personally do. Maybe think about having more empty space in your maps. Just interesting choices, actually. Now, the Broken Lord's hero is good on river terrain. I don't know if we have river terrain. Oh, we actually do have river terrain. No, those are roads, never mind. What was I talking about? Need to watch out there. Actually, do we even have a river? Oh, we do have a river. That's why I put that hero there. I'm so smart. Past me is so smart. Except that's why hero's here instead. No, wait. Where is our... Oh, right, hero's over there. We must have river terrain here. So smart. I never should have doubted myself. Alright, so we have river terrain here. The river's... Oh, this is pretty awesome. The river's like under the bridge. Nice. I mean, under the road. And... I think 2 river tiles is fine. We can also put the hero here for 3 river tiles. I should just swap them. I mean, this city needs a little bit of love, I guess. Wait, Feeds on Bones is here. Wait, who do we swap? Or do we just move the... No, he has Feeds on Bones. Yeah, never mind. I just managed to confuse myself. Forgive me. Okay, but I think this was just misleading there. So that's why I was confused. Or maybe I was just confusing myself. More likely. Equally probable. Well, we have 3 different villages here, so this is a good logical choice for Feeds on Burns with the slavery perk. We want as many villages as possible, because then our workers in food and industry will get as large a bonus as possible. And look, we're getting a lot of dust production. I think it's because of trade routes. Yeah, it is. This city is a capital, thusly it has 2 trade routes. That's great that we managed to snatch a capital. Those are very good. I think we should just get Black Crystal here as soon as possible. It's more important than setting up this region, I think, for our Empire in general. And we get bonus dust per terrain of river, and move our way up to this mining deposit thingy, so we can get more of these Palladian and Blood Crystal units per turn. We can always move that hero onto, like, I don't know, this terrain with lots of different deposits or whatever. I just like having one of these heroes, just because I really value this mining authority skill. Like, the thing about governors in this game is that they have a lot of unique effects often, but often they're quite irreplaceable. And at the same time, often they have a lot of garbage effects. So I don't know, it's kind of surprisingly difficult to get a hero who is just a generally all-round good governor, and those are heroes you should prioritize quite highly, like cultist heroes. They're just good almost for everything. And I guess like necrophage heroes can be really good governors in terms of generating food. That's a thing they're very good at. And the roving clans heroes are really good for the later game when you have trade routes established, and trade routes become really powerful because they really boost those. So you need to, I guess the takeaway is really, because heroes, if they are governors and even have good governance skills, which is not guaranteed, they tend to be quite specialized, like improving industry and production, etc., improving dust and resource generation, improving trade routes, improving food production. And they tend to be very few all-round good heroes, of which the cultists are one, which makes the cultist heroes such exceptional governors, that they really have no real overall weaknesses. They're kind of good for everything. So because of that, we need to pick governors which fit a specific role or a specific type that you're interested in. And you need to get the sort of governors to match all the, to tick all the boxes, I guess, or to get all the particular things you're interested in getting. Like, you want a hero maybe who's good at building up your industry, like Sigo, to develop your cities early on, but then you might want a different hero to boost your high-end cities, like Andom, the cultist hero, or Roving Clan's hero to boost the high-end trade city. So, just, I guess with heroes, you just have to kind of get used to what different heroes are good for. Which is weird at the start because you're like, oh, my faction hero sucks in general, but it's actually kind of, you often find your faction hero is good for a very specific thing which you haven't yet discovered. Although some heroes are just comparatively mediocre in general. Doesn't mean they're exceptionally bad at everything, but often they'll be good at some things over others. So it looks like green is expanding to orange's territory. That's not the worst for us, obviously not my dream scenario, that green is getting more powerful. Currently, green is not one of the leading players. Light green is though, and dark blue actually. Dark blue being the... I forgot what that symbol means. Wild Walkers? I think it's Wild Walkers. And light green, I have no idea. We can actually check on the diplomacy screen. No, I was wrong. Dark blue is a Draken player. The Draken being the quote-unquote diplomats, who in my LIE playthrough, I think, just kept ganking me, so I don't believe them. Some shady dudes right there. They're really to shank you, like... We're about to get that Quicksilver deposit. In case you didn't know, you can actually build districts as on top of resources to use them as resource extractors. It says so much in the Burrow Streets explanation. Okay. Item strategic resource cost increased. Let's just get this. Impassioned Preacher is a good all-round skill, improves your worker production for everything. So if we donate a total of 40 adamantium, we cancel this unwanted oxidation, but we gain an amount of dust and later an amount of titanium. So it's actually better for us if someone else does this for us. Although, maybe we just want to get rid of this. This effect is super obnoxious. It's not that obnoxious. Each time I search a ruin, oh, it's one of these ruins. Okay, we can't even reach them, so we'll have to rely on green to do that for us. I'm sorry if I don't explain quests that well. I mean, just let me know in the comments if it's an issue. If you don't say anything, I'm going to assume it's fine, and then it'll be your problem. I think maybe I should expand like this. That will level up this altar, and then we can just put something here that will level up this, and then put something here that levels up that, and then we can complete the triangle like that. It's sort of weird, this like double 3 lines formation is actually not too bad. It's not great, but it's okay. I should actually work out the geometries, what are better options if the standard triangle doesn't pan out for you. Yeah. We can actually upgrade this by going in this direction, and then triangulating like this. Maybe. And also here we go closer to completing the other quest. Although we should probably get some important stuff first, like science. That seems vaguely important for modern empires. This is a little bit... I think we can get rid of this fungal laboratory. Well, I think we can keep the fungal laboratory without having to keep Karius as the governor. At least I hope so. Maybe we should get the ability to pillage. I can just pick up these villages on the border. Maybe. I should probably actually walk up here and just pick up these temples. Moving our armies around is not a huge priority. They're okay, I mean. But that's mostly posted well where they are. They can't do that much valuable stuff at the moment. Okay, we make sure we have a garrison of 4 units minimum, and we make 6 units minimum, not including militia, and we make sure that there are no armies in this area. Yeah. Alright, I guess we can't unassign this. We can just garrison and just have this hero floating around. I guess we can close borders to prevent them from moving in. What is this line here? Why is this? Is this a bug? Hopefully. It's weird that they have like a weird green line in our territory. Not even sure. I think I can just move this army up here, just to make sure we are protecting against the random incursive army that could ruin our quest. I do want to proceed with our quest. I can't remember what the rewards are, but we have the option of winning via a wonder or a quest victory. And I haven't done quest yet, so that'd be nice if I could. I would be expanding more aggressively if I didn't worry so much about this happiness. I really want our happiness to be higher in future. And because it suits me and not because I'm some sort of benevolent monarch or something. Alright, let's just get rid of this. That was worrisome. And I can pop this to gain increased dust from trade routes, or I can just wait. I guess hopefully grass silk will become available at some point. Grass silk, whatever. We can actually buy enough. No, we can't buy enough dye. Just kidding. I won't actually boost us to a high level, I don't think. And just being happy is fine, because we get the happiness bonus from the... Whoa, how did I end up here? We get the happiness bonus from this. As long as we're unhappy, we gain cost reduction on Empire, we gain bonus dust, and we gain bonus science. So that's mildly ridiculous. Okay, great. Okay, once we have statistical methods, we can go back, pick up this dust alchemy, probably this dust refinery. We're probably not going to complete that quest anytime soon. We can either pick up these Scythers to have a chance at beating Guardians, although I'm not sure if I'm into that. I probably want to... Actually, I don't know if I can even counter another Water Guardian with a second Water Guardian, but... Hey, this Water Guardian is disgusting, like, there's no other way to put it, it's just absolutely filthy. Like, in terms of balance, I don't understand how they put a unit so powerful in the game. Maybe there's some way to counter it, but it just seems obscene. It's kind of funny that we own all the buildable wonders just by having destroyed other factions. Or stolen them from Orange, basically. I would close borders, but I'm not actually worried. Oh, come on. Just get the hell out. Okay, I do actually need to close borders now, I think. Just get the hell out. Okay, I'm losing a lot of influence from that. Ugh. To complete this quest, we're gonna have to lose a ton of influence. That is unfortunate. I should probably generate more influence, and I think I will with this upgrade. After I get these. Dust is important, alright. Yeah, never mind. Actually, I should get this upgrade first. Let me be disciplined for once. And then we should be able to kick them out next turn. Okay, disappear. Nice. Ha! They ended up here! That is beautiful. That was 320 influence well spent. Okay, reducing our margin of error for the dark season is, I guess, interesting maybe. But probably not in this city. Oh, interesting. This is just a great tile. Although, obviously, it's kind of at odds with the rest of the city. Too. I guess we can go like and triangulate like this, even though these two tiles would be terrible. This tile would be great, and this tile would be great. And also, we can't really triangulate along here. I think the AI has just put us in a weird spot. I guess we'll just triangulate with tiles along there and there. Again, just weird. So here we get, yeah, we get a lot from Gilda. I think that's completely fine. Yeah, I get more borough streets in this region, I think. Wait, which boroughs haven't been upgraded yet? This is still level 1, still level 1, this is level 2, level 2, level 2, level 2, level 1. Oh, they're fervent anyways because of this Museum of Auriga, so. Upgrading is probably less of a priority. Sure, upgrades are good. And two things could be relevant there. The one is extra lava, because I really do want this lava upgrade at some point. At least on this city. It's a bit risky to get an upgrade only for one city, but it gives us so much per tile that I'm kind of into it. I can also just move up here and pick up these dust tiles. In other cities, we first need to expand before we get that science upgrade. Yeah, maybe we should just expand first, make sure our happiness is high enough based on the... some needless... I guess we could triangulate like this, even though it's awkward. I guess we only have one tile, which is truly horrible. And the advantage is we get to triangulate. Always a win, and I have one so far, so I don't know what that says. That's the reason I know something he doesn't. Okay, we gained some army units. Tino to the city. I don't want to trash talk SB, he's great. Also, I don't want to put myself down. I hope you're learning something from these recordings. I just said I could be doing more. I do think I'm doing quite a good job there. I finally came up with non-self-refuting stuff. Yeah. We buy 15 more dust water. Yeah, this is pretty good. And now I can plug we can't. So we're gonna need 700 to actually get the full highway outposts because the caravanserai really improved. Actually not a bad idea. I think I want both of these. And I obviously want the improvement to influence because I can't get empire boosts at all. Like, and I can generate one stockpile with 8 pearls. We currently have 37. That means 10 for the upgrade. And at that point, I'll be able to assess whether I'm going to get more upgrade or have more stockpiles at that point. Obviously, we can buy stockpiles, and although I really need a lot of. Well, they're going. We can't make use of these units because we can't retrofit them to be better, so they're kind of dead weight. So I'm just gonna. Yeah. Unfortunately, those units can't be retrofitted, even though we got them for free. And since they can't be retrofitted, we can't make them better, so we might as well sell them. Like. No point in keeping them, I think. Get a dust refinery here, or another borough street. We can continue this awkward development of our city. And I think awkwardness is something I'm well versed in, so I'm just going to continue like that. Awkwardness is the sea ice woman. Right. Yeah, we can always buy out these blood crystals and try and pretend that we're at ecstatic level for what. Nah, we can't even get to ecstatic. Ecstatic is 90. We're just shy of it. Oh well. And to get this dust transmitter up sooner rather than later. We get that combined with dust refinery. We're going to get a significant boost to dust production here, I think. Which I'm pretty happy about. I like dust. It's pretty cool. May or may not be the substance the entire series is based on. I guess it's nice that there's like a magical version of money in this game. Because I guess gold is kind of boring. Just calling it something else does a decent amount to add to the world. Even if it doesn't sound very impressive if you say it like that, you know, but you know. It's not always all about what something seems to you like once you think about it in greater detail. I guess dust, unlike money, has like a history. It's all about a past civilization, which use dust to manipulate the universe. That explains its magical properties. We can keep building out. What does this normally do? Salt desert. Wait, salt desert is the anomaly. Salt desert adds a little bit of food and adds a little bit of dust. So, okay, but not super impressive. But the first burrow is really cheap. It's going to be awkward to triangulate because of this mountain. Because it doesn't give us anything. But okay, we'll live with it. I think getting a lot of dust upgrades is going to be quite good for us here. I mean, it will take a while, but eventually we'll have a powerful dust economy. And we can do stuff like this, which is just like buy out the district, because it's good. Yeah, I really actually kind of like that we've managed to transition so smoothly. Well, smoothly, like our happiness was like rock bottom for a while, but you know. I'm not counting that. Forget about it. Never happened. Bury the past. But yeah, it's quite possible once you have territories to just play however you like. It's just the start of the game is very precarious for a lot of factions, and it kind of forces you to play but to keep up the military pace, let's put it that way. Let's actually see where Andon this year is assigned. Okay, someone else built 3 Guardians. I don't care, that reward is mediocre. Using abilities more often is like, it's okay, but it's not great. Like, oh, we can get this National Arena. Bonus influence generation on city. That'll be good once we figure out where we want influence generation. I don't think it's great right now. I think I should just build this. I think I should just buy out borrow streets here, actually. The city has a lot of workers. I guess this will give us like 10 resources divided if we level it up. Will this give us more? Yeah, it will. So now that I thought about it, this upgrade is always inferior to these upgrades. It's a percentage boost to scale so much. Not that this upgrade is bad, mind you, it's just that these are better. Okay, we already just did this. Yeah, they say necrophages are not suited to like a slow game, but you know. They also say sayings are dumb, so. I don't know how that applies to itself. It's not meant to. They may be quite nerdy at the moment. Like, because I love philosophy, and then in philosophy there's this sort of very funny, but also very well-known paradox about or just in general, everyone knows this, about the man who says, you know, this statement is a lie. Or, I guess the Greek person who said that. Or maybe the Egyptians, because the Greeks ripped it off from the Egyptians. So obviously, if the statement is a lie, then that's kind of awkward, because then the statement is true, but it's also supposed to be a lie. But if he's lying, then he's actually telling the truth. So, yeah. I like this, but I don't have enough influence for it, because I spent all my influence for those closed border treaties to complete my quest, which is kind of frivolous and stupid, but okay. I can get this bonus science, and I think I will for now. Not great. I should really generate more influence in my empire, so I can get away with more stuff. I definitely want this National Museum upgrade here. We have a lot of districts in the city. And also, with the city, I want to get this Beloved of the People. Wait. Actually, we need to get 30 populations in a city. It's actually going to be a lot easier to do than I thought. Well, the other one is that we have to build a ton of districts. That should be decently easy to do. Obviously not easy, but doable. especially on this city, or although the city really needs to do some industry stuff. The city also has a lot of worker food production because of, let me find it. It has fungal laboratory, which is basically husbandry center. Would it be nice if they would? I mean, I want them to build husbandry center here, but like they've already built so many great things for us. Like by them, I mean the previous owners of the city. I think maybe I'll just focus on worker production here to get that. Ah, no, that can't be correct. I'll get this dust transmitter first, and then I'll focus on food production here. And also probably the National Museum. I just feel like I need to sort of push back against all my naturally more extravagant ideas. Like, anyway. Or maybe actually the extravagant ideas are correct, and I need to be less reasonable. Or less apparently reasonable. You know, sometimes it's appropriate to take risks. Alright, we're Cold War for them. Not too bad. I'm not feeling very threatened by Orange. Holy shit! Oh, it's because we knocked their army out into that territory and then the army actually captured this region. Which is hilarious. Either way, this region is kind of locked off. We can easily attack at any time. As long as they don't get the jump on us, in which case this region is a way they can have forces inside of our heartland and strike at us immediately. Although, yeah, I don't know, as long as we're careful, that shouldn't happen. This city needs to be... We need to upgrade the district to level 2. That shouldn't be too hard. A nice thing about playing the Necrophages. Necrophages? They're kind of cravers. If you don't know who cravers are, just play Endless Space 2. Or Endless Space 1 for that matter. So we just need to upgrade this district to level 2, and I think we get that quest. And here we can just build the triangle there. Can, I guess, oddly triangulate around like this if we want to, but you know, just place something here, level this up. Place something here, level this up. This is fine like this. This dust repository is quite good, but we just need to be able to put workers into dust, which we will do later in the game, and in that case dust repository would be great, but for now dust refinery is kind of a little better. The main reason why I love that dust repository upgrade is because I strongly overvalue transmuter. I'm pretty sure like I value it too much. Like, but it also does a lot of work for me. It has done a lot of work for me in past games. So I'm starting to like that upgrade quite a lot. Possibly erroneously, but I think not entirely unwarrantedly. Not entirely without warrant, or whatever. Okay, now things are getting a bit interesting for our unskilled labor plan. And that's because winter has once again struck Auriga. And that means we're in a position to pick up more pearls. Let's do that. And once we have more pearls, we have the option to get more stockpiles. We get 7 pearls there. Amazing. Got some dust there. Not something we're super interested in. Our dust economy is really kicking off now, so... Alright. How many... We can get 4 stockpiles of this. It's starting to become worth it, I feel. Although we can always save the pearls for something more good. Or more good. Something better. Costs 20 to just unlock this blessing? Oh, this is so expensive. Why? It's not like these upgrades are not terrible. I just wonder if they're going to be better in the long term than are awesome. Or even in the short term than are awesome pearl stockpile trick. Nice thing about the pearl stockpiles is that it's just such a huge immediate boost to your economy. And especially getting extra food will help us pick up this beloved of the people, which is pretty solid. Alright, where's this young man? Save him. Oh, they're over there, okay. Well, he's over there. Wait, go here. Yeah, that's quite a lot of pearls again. Yeah, I think I just go for this, like, screw restraint. I'm picking up some pearl stockpiles and making it work for me. Fight me. Let me just get this National Museum here, and probably this National Arena. We have a really big city here, that means the National Museum is going to get a ton of influence. And the National Arena is also going to get a ton of work done in conjunction with that. So maybe we don't have to do that immediately, maybe we should just get Caravanserai first. Just to improve the trade routes. Also a decent choice. We just want so many things. I guess I might as well get some industry stockpiles then. We definitely want to get the unskilled labor upgrades once we've converted all of our pearls into stockpiles. Not a moment too soon. Like, actually, I'd rather get the green food stockpiles, because that effect is less replaceable than industry stockpiles. Like, on the marketplace, you can see that there are more industry stockpiles than food stockpiles. So I'd rather get some food stockpiles with my extra industry. Yeah, everyone pitch in. Okay, they have more important things to do. I said everyone pitch in, but you guys are on your own, I'm sorry. Alright. Whoops. I let go of the mouse, so then suddenly, like, everything swerved off to the sides. Swerved? I have no idea how to pronounce that word, like. I swear, like, in half my videos, I'm, like, concerned with, like, mispronouncing something. At least. I know, why not? Sure, it's entertaining to some people. Let's just keep getting this. Or at least, we have enough spice that we can keep activating the spice. Oh no, the Ali died! Oh, that's sad. And they wouldn't have died if I was at the helm. Or they would have died sooner. But not at this stage. Come on, if I survive to this stage, I'm probably stabilized. And things are about to go really well. I can go for Mining Authority. Although the river thing is great, but like, a little bit of extra dust now is not so important. It's better to get the difficult to replace effect. I think I might even save dust to pick up extra stockpiles. Just keep moving around, see if we can spot some stockpiles. Spot the stockpile being the standard game here. Oh, I forgot to level up this hero. Let's upgrade trade routes. Let me actually check if there are any heroes who need a level. Probably just completely forgot about him. Well, he leveled a short while ago, so not too big of a loss. Got uncommon alloys. Nice. Oh, if you're a Horizon Zero Dawn fan, uncommon alloys. Well, there's only one of us, you know. Well, spoilers. Anyway. I've said too much. Sorry if I ruined the story for you. I didn't think it through. guess I could just record this video, but I'm too lazy, so... I think I will just get this unskilled labor. I have a decent amount of stockpiles coming up. And also, I think our recycling stockpiles will also be better once we get these upgrades. So I think we have natural synergy with this. And once we start attacking other factions again, the recycling stockpiles will really come in handy. And we can start just buying these, I don't know. No, maybe I should have bought up the food stockpiles again, then, with them being the less replaceable effects. Although the assumption that the industry stockpiles are more replaceable comes specifically from the fact that I thought more industry stockpiles were available on the market, so like, let's just finish this triangle here. Can move up here. And we should just move back to the border. To make sure our armies are ready to jump to the defense of any region, except this region, because apparently I don't care. Wait, are we building? Yeah, we are building that there. Might as well just finish up the city here. And I think get Caravanserai then. I think the city's doing well in terms of trade routes. Maybe that's a bit deceptive, but okay. National Museum is obviously also important. You can always cheat these out faster using the stockpiles we've already gathered. Once we get the stockpile upgrades, obviously. Yeah, so this is the weird transition phase. We just build up stockpiles for a while, nothing much happens, and then suddenly, like, our economy explodes. I promise it's gonna happen. And once it does, you will either be amazed or just annoyed that they just keep doing the same thing again and again, because it is very powerful, like, don't be wrong. Okay, we're just building up the stockpiles here. We're just sort of slowly waiting for these Quicksilver and Blood Crystal boosters to activate. I can actually buy some stuff to make sure that happens sooner. Where's Quicksilver? And Blood Crystal, we need like 11, I think. Should probably check. Or I can just click because I'm lazy and tired. Well, at least I didn't overshoot. Get 2 more. Didn't undershoot, didn't overshoot. Getting bonus XP on units is kind of valuable. Obviously, we prefer to have these active. Actually, we have dust water. No, we don't have enough available. Never mind. Alright, so much for that. Let's get some more food stockpiles. The extra science stockpiles would be nice. But food and industry are more important, I think. Industry for getting the crucial upgrades, and food for getting the crucial workers. And we might even want to stack up workers on one city in particular. Like, we might just want to stack up workers on Subaltern or whatever this place is called. Maybe that means I actually want to move my Feeds on Burns heroes to that city just because of the percentage boost to food. And because I really do want this beloved of the people. Both for self-esteem reasons, but also because strategically I think it would be pretty nice. But also I want to be beloved. I mean, doesn't anyone? Or everyone? Let's move up here. Our influence situation should be much better pretty soon. I mean, obviously stacking up food on one city is inherently risky. Oh, yay! Even more random stuff is revealed. Nice! Dustwater, Hydromeal, Pixie Blood, and Red Sang are revealed. And Mithril and Imperium. Let's see what we got. We got Dust Orchid near a lot of our cities. Dust Water, that's also good. And Pixie Blood. Those are all very not solid. Didn't get any Mithrite or Imperium, meaning that we're going to have to rely on Palladian for weaponry. And yes, I did just look it up. I mean, nobody can remember that garbage. Like, okay, I can't remember that garbage. Full disclosure. We're unhappy, meaning we still get the happy bonus, and that's perfectly fine. That's really all we need. This is active for 9 turns. We're producing 20 over 10 turns. That's active for 10 turns, so it's going to be active like roughly less than 50% of the time. Or actually slightly above 50% of the time. So, yeah, not great, but also not awful. We will be able to get a consistent supply of Dust Orchid though, and Dust Orchid is the shiz. Not even over-exaggerating, like, that stuff is ridiculous. It gives you everything. Like, let me just show you. Let me just show you what's in our future. 10%, 10 points of bonus food, 20% science, 20% dust, 20% food, 20% industry. Like, it's just amazing. Like, it's so good at everything. I don't understand. Maybe there's some person who was like, the design vision was that all different luxury resources should be like interesting and unique, and then this one guy was like, nope. And do I want this harvester before I get the unskilled labor, organized labor? I don't think so. The sooner I get my stockpile economy online, the happier I am, I think. Although, well, I guess once I get the stockpiles online, I'll be able to build these faster. Yeah, I think it's okay to prioritize stockpiles for now. I've sort of invested a lot of setup into the stockpiles, meaning I really do want them to like take off at some point and give me a lot of value in return. In the meantime, I can't think about upgrading my unit design, so I have all the technology I need, basically, I think. Now, talismans-wise, I think... Let me just take this away. This free counter ability is pretty nice in the defense. If we don't have enough initiative, this is going to be solid, because we get to attack twice with claws, meaning that we get sweep strike back potentially triggered twice, which is, no, pretty cool. And we got this from a special quest, so I want to try and use it if at all possible, just because it's cool. Now, extra initiative is given by Palladian, as opposed to the extra defense given by Adamantian. Initiative is probably a bit more valuable, especially if we have offensive units. At least on weapons. We don't really have Adamantian, so I guess we go for Palladian weaponry. And then bonus percentage initiative versus bonus percentage attack. This is better, but again, we don't really have an Adamantian. It's probably best if we just go all Palladian, even though the upgrades are a bit worse in general. It's not even that much worse, though. I think this dust helmet is actually just better. Yeah, let's actually get this dust helmet. Hilariously enough, I think the dust equipment is stronger. Yeah, the dust equipment actually gives a similar amount of health to this Palladian equipment. But it looks like this adamantium armor is just the best by far. Well, it gives less health and less initiative. This is... Yeah, I think this helmet is better because the percentage boost to defense is significant. Unlike... Well, extra initiative is strong though as well. Maybe I just want high initiative units that can, like, attack them quickly, deal a lot of damage, get into position, and then also get in position that the sweep strike back of the second, with the free counter, comes into effect when they finally do get to attack. And maybe my plan is just to dictate the pace of the battle, even if I lose units more often. Doesn't really matter that they're not hardy. Now, improved movement 3 is quite tempting, although this unit will just speed ahead of the rest of my armies because it's so fast. Is that okay? Maybe not. Camouflage is unimpressive. Improved attack is strong. Yeah, wait, that is quite good. Like, just improved attack means more criticals, which is really important. Especially if your defense is a better attack. Yeah, this unit is going to be insane. It's going to be very expensive, though. Wait, maybe I should create some new templates. Although then the problem is I can't actually upgrade my necro drones into that. Although upgrading 2 necro drones is really expensive at this point in the game anyway. Actually, it's more important that I can upgrade. But I hate this upgrading system because you can't just rename your units in the middle of the game, which I kind of would like to. Oh, thick boy! Look at that beautiful, beautiful belly. I know I just picked this unit because I wanted the upgrade for the building reduction from them, but no, it's not bad actually. This ability to stun 4 was pretty strong. Although obviously these claws are pretty good, but we already have that, so that's less replaceable. Yeah, unfortunately these weaponry, or those weapons just cost a lot of... Oh, actually it's because of the stupid effect that our units cost way more to equip and stuff. I completely forgot about this, I'm sorry. I hope you don't have to sit here like waiting for me to figure it out. Hopefully it was oblivious as I was. Yeah, so we can go to these sites to lift that, but in the meantime we're going to way overpay for our heroes and stuff. That is frustrating. Stupid strategic resource leech. In the meantime, I guess we can go for cheaper designs on our basic bitches. Basic arm units. Like there, I have the Far Thinker, not a bad choice. And just go for something like improved life or something to make sure shock troops actually live to take additional hits. Or regeneration, what does that do? 2 life per level after round. If our unit is like level 4, that's 8 life after round. Then this improved life is going to give us... I don't know how much life. Let me check. It's going to give us like 20% life, which is like... damn it. Forgot to count. Like in this case, 40 bonus life. So if we're level 4 and we survive... How many turns do we have to survive for the healing effect to be better is my question. Although we have such a strong regeneration effect thanks to our hero, so I think maybe the improved life overall is a bit better. I need to do the math. Damn it! I always need to count. Alright, so this is 40, and this is going to be like 8 per turn. If our units are level 4. If our units are high level, there's going to be more, but so is this, you know. So let's check for level like 40. It's way too late in the evening for me to do math. So that's gonna require 5 turns, and we're getting a similar amount of life back. So over 6 turns, it is in theory possible for us to gain more life from this. So I'm gonna pick it up. There, that took me a while. Sorry about that. We don't actually want to upgrade our proliferators. They're good for generating armies, but they're not so good for combat anyway, so upgrading them has limited value. Look at that beautiful thing. We could upgrade foragers, although we might as well make a new forager design because we have no foragers left, I think. Alright. The thing about foragers is if we're going to use them, we're going to want to exploit their ability to slay ranged units. And, or either that or their ability to wield a shield. Or bonus attack. So slaying ranged units, not so impressive, I think. Our current opponents are likely to be Dust Lords. Actually, we might want them, so we can pick off Dust Bishops with them. And if that's the case, we want improved movement, I think. That gives us a bonus battle movement, interesting. Yeah. That's very blunt, tells us something about the unit. Free counter is probably still kind of nice. Although if we're going anti-range units, we might as well get the sharp sense. Although sharp sense will be given by the shield, so forget I said that. It's a moment of weakness. So this is going to give us sharp sense, like I said. Good defense against range attacks, and block extra defense when attacked. So, yeah. Overall, good defense. Oh, an axe. It's actually kind of good. It's a decent amount of damage. So this is a anti-range unit. Normally I think we'll be fine using the bugs. And by bugs I mean just, whatever. These greaves are great. They give us bonus defense. This gives us more defense on average. So, but we need 8 of that adamantium to build this. That's kind of difficult. Although I guess I might as well get optimized armies for my base armies, and then my my later armies can just consist of reinforcements. I mean Battleborn, yeah. So my initial army I'm going to work on preserving. It's going to be very well maintained, and then my design to survive fights, and the Battleborn can be a sort of shock trooper corps or something. Okay, here we have an anti-archer unit. I think it's fine that it costs more strategics because we want to buy this stuff. At least once the winter is over and the economy kicks back in. Let me design one more unit and I'll probably end the episode. Okay, here we have an upgraded Necro drone. Not perfect, but not bad either. Well, actually that should be fine. I could try and design an elite unit for Necro drones, but nah, whatever. So I thought of some unit designs there. I don't know if those are ideal, but they're kind of what I like. And once we get this unskilled and organized labor, I think our stockpile economy can really take off. We have a ton of stockpiles here. We can buy more stockpiles of dust, and when we next go to war, which should be reasonably soon, probably just to kill some units, we can use our advanced units to try and kill a lot of their units, generate a lot of cadavers, generate a lot of recycling counters, and get more recycled stockpiles, which we can then use to grow our food city's population. So maybe we'll just use war as a way to increase our food coffers, and maybe just prey upon Orange a little, just kick them while they're down and just get extra food counters from them. Maybe we shouldn't be doing that all along. Maybe not. But it's possible I should have just been declaring war, just to build up my stockpile count. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and sort of got to see the more, I guess, quiet side of building up your economy after a massive invasion spree, which we obviously have participated in. And yeah, I hope you tune in next time to see whether I can build up an army, if I'm going to start preying on my neighbors again, etc, etc. Or maybe if Green's surrounding strategy sort of pays off and I get caught off guard, or if I actually just pick up the city and then pick up this and then just march on Green's capital or whatever. So yeah, join me next time to see how this interesting game continues to play out, and I guess continue to see the power of the Necrophages, because the early war really helped us set up this large region. Even though our happiness hasn't been great, it's been good enough to trigger the relevant bonuses of the Museum of Auriga, and together with the bonus of the Industrial Megapole, we've been able to build out our cities quite nicely. And next I want to improve the population of all of my cities via food stockpiles, which are obviously great, but combined with unskilled labor and organized labor. So join me next time for another episode of Endless Legend. I hope you enjoyed and or learned something. And if you did, consider subscribing, because it always makes me feel happier. See you next time.